get up on your feet.
What you need to do is catch up with them. Bounce, man, get up on your feet and help me get it.
All families go through their own struggles, but some go through more trials and tribulations than most, which is the case for Lee and Talia Holden Wood. The loved couple from Sydney, who are both 30, are expecting their first child, which is being carried by Talia, with hopes for a second to be on the way at the same time. I've had 3 sets of donations, and last month I had a miscarriage. WE gave it half an hour to sink and then we let the negative energy go, Lee told Daily Mail Australia. Unfortunately, they don't think the latest attempt is taken, but they won't know for sure until they do a test. We're still waiting, but we're definitely trying to have some sort of overlap. It could be fun to have 2 babies in nappies, Talia said. In July last year, the couple decided to walk down to the courthouse and enter into a civil partnership, and in March this year they had a ceremony with friends and family to announce that they would be calling each other wives. Soon after this, they decided that they wanted Talia to carry their baby, but they wanted to avoid IVF for as long as possible. The sperm they are using is donated by a friend, who they have a legal contract with. While the Navy pays the thousands of dollars required for IVF, as they are in a same-sex relationship, the couple decided to explore alternative options before they took that step. The journey to their solution was a year-long process. They had been to many fertility clinic seminars to learn about different methods and realized the information on artificial insemination is rather limited. I did a lot of research about what IVF puts your body through emotionally and physically. I know my body and I don't think it needed to go through IVF, Talia said, explaining her decision.
Like a Hellcat.
IVF is for people who struggle to fall pregnant, so we started to do some research into other options and found stalk conception, one of the first fertility treatments created, she continued. We decided against IVF to begin with. The only issue was that biologically we could make a baby together. The couple were able to do everything in the privacy of their own home, and bridge the gap for those who would like to try a first-step option prior to invasive and clinic procedures. The stalk conception in home aid uses cervical cap insemination, and now Talia is 4 months pregnant and is expecting in early April next year. The couple decided that they also wanted Lee to experience pregnancy, so they are working towards her becoming pregnant as well. Because of the nature of my work, I'm lucky I'm based on the shore at the moment. My team knew what I was trying to do, so I was kept away from going to sea to achieve this, Talia told Female. The mentality behind falling pregnant together is I will be on maternity leave when she's pregnant. I won't be able to go to sea for 6 months after the pregnancy, and I want to be there for everything. Although at the beginning of the relationship they never thought they would be planning for children, a lot of conversations began to snowball once they started becoming more serious, and soon they were talking about marriage and starting a family. The couple met in 2014 through an app that they were using to meet new people and make new friends. Talia had moved to Melbourne to live with a girlfriend but didn't know anyone, so approached the app to meet like-minded people, which is where she started talking to Lee. Although the two bonded over similar interests, the timing wasn't right, and they soon lost contact. Then we ran into each other on a dating app in Sydney around October 2015, Talia explained.
Like a Hellcat.
I was visiting family. I was single at the time, and we both had Tinder. You spotted me first, but didn't message me. She stalked my Facebook in an endearing way and messaged me there. The two of them spoke for a couple of weeks, but never took it any further until 6 months later. As Talia is a part of the Navy, she often spends months at a time stationed at sea or in Cairns and tried to travel down to Sydney as often as possible to see friends and family. It wasn't until March 2016 I flew down from Cairns to visit family. It was Mardi Gras weekend, and I didn't have friends interested in going to. I reached out to Lee. By this point, the two of them had been talking on and off for 2 years, so when one randomly reached, it was never unusual. The two decided to go for drinks the night before the parade, and when it was time to leave, Lee could remember where she parked.
Like a Hellcat.
This resulted them walking around for hours trying to locate it, which allowed them the opportunity to connect on a deeper level.
Tell me like a Hellcat.
We just spoke for hours while walking around. I gave her lots of outs. I offered to pay for her taxi, but we chatted for so long I dropped her back at her mum's at 4. 30 in the morning, Lee shared with Female that we were always respectful of each other, and whatever was going on. If the other was in a relationship, we would always be really supportive. There was never any pressure.
Like a Hellcat.
After Mardi Gras, Talia jetted back to Cairns and they decided to start a long-distance relationship, with Lee flying up most weekends. There's been lots of love surrounding the news of the pregnancy, and with the plebiscite vote coming back, yes, there was even more love around it, Lee said. We announced it publicly 2 weeks before the results came out, and 1 week before voting closed, Talia continued. We were hoping doing that reached out to the friends and family that we weren't able to have conversations with. It was about putting faces they knew behind the reasons why it was so important to have a say in the plebiscite. During the plebiscite, same-sex relationships were openly discussed, sometimes in hurtful ways, which took a toll on members of the queer community. from my perspective, emotionally it didn't take a toll on our relationship. We're really lucky we have families who are open to listen to what's going on for us. But it really highlighted the legality of our family, rather than the emotional side. My question was, what does this mean for my family and our legal rights? If anyone asked me about the plebiscite, I made them aware that my family right now is considered less than this. As nothing has been finalised in Parliament, it isn't clear how this law would pass, but the couple explained that thoughts at the moment are that civil unions won't roll over to a legal marriage, like it has in other countries, and they will need to pay another fee. Like most people on the day, Lee said she couldn't help but feel emotional when the plebiscite survey result was announced. Being in our position, we want to be legally married, and I have friends who have been waiting for years for this to happen, and I was fortunate enough to be in Surrey Hills, in the thick of it, when it all happened, Lee explained. Talia was at work during those times and was struggling to find out the results. I was trying to get information from the news, and Lee called me crying on the end of the phone, but I could tell if the result was a yes or no because of her tears, Talia explained. It was a big day. We live in a nice part of Sydney where it's open and queer friendly, so it was nice to walk around and everyone be so openly accepting. It was exciting because we didn't always have that in the past.
Like a Hellcat.
Lee continued. There was a gentleman who said congratulations, and he was filled with so much joy. But it's a congratulations for you too, because you did your part and voted yes.
Like a Hellcat.
The feeling of acceptance publicly instead of worrying about being heckled was amazing. I was able to hold my wife's hand without a care.